We're going to jump right into it this week. I've heard from a lot of our friends and neighbors who work out at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport that have been concerned about having to have an extension of the Federal Aviation Authorization Bill. They've had, over the last 5 years, 20 short-term extensions, and finally, Congress and the House, we just passed a 4-year extension to give them more certainty, to modernize their equipment, and in the end, keep us safe in the air. Got some good questions from some folks in the district this week. I want to jump right into it. We heard from Brendan, who emailed this week actually, who asked me about the Stock Act. He writes, "Hello, Congressman Paulsen. I've just learned that after our President's State of the Union address and being particularly interested in his statement of support against congressional insider trading, that there already is a bill in the works known as the Stock Act. I understand that this bill has bipartisan support. I'd like to know your position on the Stock Act. First of all, it's unacceptable for anyone in Washington to gain investment advice or information to their benefit on insider information. Members of Congress should be held to the same standard as the people we represent, if not higher. That's why I'm a co-sponsor of the Stock Act." Also heard from David in Coon Rapids, who wrote in with a question regarding the budget. He said, "You say that the Senate has not submitted a budget in 1,000 days. Isn't this against the law? Isn't it unconstitutional? Who is supposed to encourage the enforcers to enforce the law?" David, I share your concerns. The simple truth is that the federal budget process is broken. Washington has a tendency just to go from budget crisis to budget crisis. It's one of the reasons why the House not only passed a budget that addresses spending issues, actually pays down the national debt. We've also passed some significant budget reforms this week, 2 in particular. I'll highlight one. It eliminates automatic inflationary increases for discretionary spending. Because over the next 10 years, if you don't take inflation out, where agencies expect to get money without oversight of Congress, it adds another $1.4 trillion onto the budget. If we want to be serious about reforming our budget and getting our budget under control, we've got to have serious budget reforms as well. I want to continue to encourage you to stay in touch. Submit your question to me by email, Facebook, or Twitter. You can always look me up at paulsen.house.gov. Have a great weekend.